The new Burger King Whopper melt. Does Burger King deserve all the hate? Did communism kill 100 million people? Depends on who you ask. Yep, communism killed 100 million people. Comrade, this is merely bourgeois propaganda. Is that a challenge? The figure 100 million comes from the Black Book of Communism, and a large chunk of those deaths are attributed to the Great Chinese Famine, which caused at least 25 million excess deaths. It's rightly considered a crime of communism. But what about the crimes of capitalism? India is a country with a strong private sector, especially with agriculture, which is completely privately controlled. Along with their banking and their massive multinational corporations, India is indeed a mixed capitalist economy. After independence, there was no large famine, certainly nothing like the Great Bengal famine under British rule, but let's look at post-independence. Though there was not a large single famine, there was a persistence of regular hunger. The extra mortality in India from regular deprivation in normal times vastly outshadows the Chinese famine. That's according to Nobel laureate and leading famine expert Amartya Sen from his work Hunger in Public Action, which he wrote along with Jean Drèze. According to them, we get an estimate of excess normal mortality in India of 3.9 million per year. This implies that every 8 years or so, more people die in India than died in China in the gigantic famine of 1958 to 61. India seems to manage to fill its cupboard with more skeletons every 8 years than China put there in its years of shame. By 1979, we would see 100 million dead. In India alone. We can only imagine how many others perished the world over. But this video is not about communism versus capitalism. It's about the role of the government in stopping hunger. See, after China's Great Famine, they instituted many reforms that actually dramatically reduced the mortality rate. And what were these reforms? Well, first and foremost, government investment in healthcare. The Chinese government bankrolled clinics in rural areas along with medical cooperatives and so-called barefoot doctors, or healthcare providers who worked in the countryside. Medical resources became more evenly distributed. China would come to have twice as many doctors and 3 times the nurses as India.